Welcome, welcome. I am the cheeseburger. You can call me Count Cheese. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the dangers of too much condiments. Because if you have too much condiments on your sandwich, they will fall out the sides, and that will get all over your hands, and that is a problem. So, what do you do about it, you ask? Oh my, well, I will tell you. Instead of putting condiments on your sandwich, put the condiments in a syringe and inject them into the burger. That way, they will not fall out. Or you could, not eat condiments. But, who cares? So, if you want condiments, you must just put them in your sandwich. But the best way is to put them between the cheese and the meat, and then heat the meat, and the cheese will seal onto the meat and lock the condiments inside. There are probably other ways, but that is my method.
Why is it so hot down here? I know it's fire and lava and death and but why is it so hot? Why can't it be more like Miami? I've heard that's a great place to go, though I've never been there. But that's partly because if every time I go to the surface, people are like, it's a demon. And but I just don't get why it's so hot. Why can't it be cold? Why can't it be bleh, but hot? Bleh, bleh. I say, puh, puh, I say the hot. Duh. Welcome, welcome. I'm here to tell you about my exploits and the people that I have eaten. One time I ate a person who apparently was a monk, though I was not sure if he was a monk. He didn't look like a monk. He looked more like a, let's see, I think he looked kind of like a chicken. Yeah, it was a chicken. Anyway, so one other time, I actually almost ate a dog. There was this dog that was like, ruff, 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 and I was like, rah! And he was like, ruff, 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 and I was like, would you stop already? And so then I went, rah, nom, 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 and tried to eat him, and he was just like, he just would not have it, and he was like, run away! And yeah, so that was cool. And then I ate a soldier guy, and he was yummy, yeah. He was good. Although he was a little dry, I must say he was dry. But, what can you say from a grumpy old soldier? Obviously, they're going to be dry. Hey, guys. You will not believe what just happened. So, I was walking in the field how I like to do, chasing squirrels, eating birds, the usual. When all of a sudden, a dragon, of all things, a giant real-life dragon just jumps down and goes, ah! And I was like, rah! And he was like, rah! And I was like, blah! And then he was like, hey, you want to come over for lunch? And I freaked out. I thought he was going to eat me. Turns out he really just wanted to have a date and actually get lunch. But I didn't know that. I mean, it's a dragon. So I ran off and he hasn't called me back. But, what can you say? So that's been my day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Welcome! I am Adventure Worm. Now, many people portray me as, bleh, or but I am, in fact, a great adventurer. Many a time I have gone out to face the darkness, and I have come back victorious. And yet, they portray me as dumb. They ask how to use a sword, how to use the gems. Very simple. I'm telekinetic. Duh. I mean, how hard is it really? People are so dumb, so naive. They act like I'm not capable because I don't have arms. That's shaming me, you people. So, I am a victor, and I am coming for you, dragon. Merry Christmas! It's Christmas time, boys and girls, and that's time for presents. Times when you get little toys, and when you get candy, and when your eyes swing out of your pupils. So, welcome! You thought Santa Claus bought you presents? No, it's little presents like me. In fact, every present you ever open is alive, and they, don't like to be opened. So when you open them, they try to kill you, and then they become evil. Sweet dreams! Merry Christmas!
Welcome, dear children. And what's up with my eyeballs just then? They were like, woo! So, I was going to tell you about the day that I went with my friends to Santa's workshop. Now, you see, Santa is a very, very old man, and he doesn't have time for old ladies. He has to make all the presents. He doesn't have time to visit people. All those people that are at the villages, those are his helpers. The ones that are at the malls and all those pretending to be Santa, they are helpers to Santa because he is too busy. But you see, we visited Santa, and we were like, hey, do you have any time to tell us a story or something? And Santa, well, he was like, get out! And we were like, okay. And that's the tale of how we met Santa. Thank you.
Ho, 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 ho! Welcome! I'm here making this video. Normally I don't make appearances, trying to pertain to magic and all. But I'm making this video to address the subject of that old granny that claimed I was rude to them when they came to visit me. I am never rude. She must have visited when one of my assistants was in, like the gremlin or the goblin, because I am always jolly and always have time to tell tales to children and adults and old ladies and anyone that comes by. In fact, that's why I have an army of helper slaves slaves? Nobody has said that. Army of helper elves that happily, without any complaints, make toys.
Hi! Welcome to my channel. This is a channel where I show you all the latest fashion tips. Starting off, we have our beautiful hair bows up here. They're flowers that I picked from my neighbor's garden, and they work greatly to accentuate the colors in your hair. They work really well. I love them. You should try them too. They work especially well if you have green hair, because green hair blends in with the colors of the flowers better. Okay, next we got this armband thing I got on my arm. I don't know if you can see it, but I had a lot of surgery recently, so I can't raise my arms. But if you can see it, it's got like a crystal-y thing and a strap. Yeah, it's really pretty. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I found it in a dungeon that I explored. But yeah, it's cool. Next we have my shirt that's made entirely of leaves. They may be poison ivy. I'm not sure. I'll tell you if I start reacting, but they do look gorgeous. I know this. Lots of people have complimented me. A couple even started laughing and pointed, which I think was a good thing. And so they're a really, really, really good fashion shirt. I love it. It's really good. And so especially if you get the fall colors, though you have to wait for fall for that. But the colors look so much better when you do them in fall. It works better. You should really wait for that. Also, when it comes to your teeth, as you can see, it's really good when they're nice and sharp and pointy and all put together. I sharpen my teeth twice a day with a nail file and a chisel and a hammer, and sometimes I use the bones of my enemies. But usually, I just file them down with like a normal nail file, as you can see, and it gives you this really impressive grin. Everyone, all the little children love it. They scream and run away, which I know is a good sign because they want to go tell their friends about my beautiful, beautiful smile. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Tune in next week where I'll tell you all about how to make your skin as pale as mine and not be dead. Thank you.